Did you know that the position of your bed might be blocking your prosperity? It's not an exaggeration. Thousands of people feel like they're doing everything right, working hard, being honest, striving to improve, but life seems stuck. Nothing flows. Money comes and goes like water, relationships wear out easily, and fatigue seems to live in the body. Now imagine if part of that was influenced by an invisible detail, poorly distributed energy in your bedroom, more specifically, the position of your bed. Good news? There's a simple and accessible solution that can profoundly transform how energy circulates in your home and, consequently, in your life. You don't need renovations or money. You just need to understand how to align your bed with ancient principles that activate flow, true rest, and abundance. But pay attention, this video isn't another generic list of tips. We go straight to what really works, based on real stories and teachings of Feng Shui. Before continuing, comment below with a positive affirmation to open this energetic portal. My bed is my portal to prosperity and rest. This isn't just symbolic. It's a way to initiate change through intention. Get ready to discover how a simple adjustment in your space can awaken forgotten areas of your life. And it's not superstition. It's about how the environment shapes our emotional, mental, and even financial state. If your bed could speak, what would it reveal about what's holding you back? To understand why the bed has such influence in our lives, look to Feng Shui, a millennia-old Chinese art that studies the interaction between environment and life energy, known as Qi. According to Master Lin Yun, one of the greatest authorities on contemporary Feng Shui, every object in your home speaks to your destiny, especially those that touch your body for hours every day. Now think, what's the only piece of furniture you spend about 8 hours a day in? The bed. It's not just a place for rest. It represents your most intimate energy center. The moment when your mind slows down, your body regenerates, and your unconscious opens. So the bed's position isn't a detail, it's an energy strategy. A poorly positioned bed can cause insomnia, anxiety, relationship conflicts, and even financial blockages. Sound extreme? Environmental psychologists like Dr. Augustin Fillenbach have shown that the way we organize our space directly influences our productivity, mood, and decision-making. Plus, in Feng Shui, the bedroom represents the area of life connected to rest, intimacy, and both emotional and financial stability. Everything that happens there echoes into other areas. For example, a bed facing the door can create constant vulnerability, leading the body to stay in alert mode even while sleeping. Result? Chronic fatigue, irritability, difficulty concentrating, and low vitality. Understanding this logic, we realize our bedroom is constantly sending signals, good or bad, to our subconscious. Adjusting the bed, in this context, is more than aesthetics or organization. It's aligning with invisible flows that govern our quality of life. In the next segment, you'll meet Emilia and learn how a simple change in her bed's position unlocked a years-long scarcity cycle. Emilia didn't believe in energy. She was practical and down to earth, as she described herself. A mother of two, self-employed, always on the go. She woke up early, went to bed late, and kept running. But nothing seemed to progress. You know that feeling of doing everything right but still trudging through quicksand? That was her daily life. She described her bedroom as a cramped, stuffy, lifeless place. But it was more than a physical description. It reflected her internal state. Her bedroom mirrored how she felt: overwhelmed, stuck, invisible. Now pause for a second and ask yourself, how do you feel when you enter your bedroom? Does it welcome you or drain your energy? Do you feel relief or tension when you lie down? It seems simple, but the brain associates spaces with emotions. And because the bedroom is where we're most vulnerable, it imprints everything. We store sensations, memories, tensions there, and these, even unconsciously, shape our daily emotional state. Back to Amelia. The turnaround started with a casual comment. A friend visiting her home asked, "Did you know your bed is in the coffin position according to Feng Shui?" It sounded strange, but at the same time, something inside her stirred. That night, she researched and found that a bed facing the door can generate a constant sense of threat, as if the body could never fully relax. It was exactly how she felt. Without fully understanding, she pushed the bed into a new, more protected spot where she could see the door without being aligned with it. She also removed heavy boxes from underneath and did something she hadn't done in months. She lit a candle and offered a prayer for lightness. That night, she slept like a rock. In the days that followed, something shifted, small but noticeable. Your mind cleared. Ideas returned. An old client reappeared. The energy in the house seemed to step to the side and let things flow. Now pause again. Take a deep breath. Close your eyes for 3 seconds. Imagine waking up and feeling lightness in the air. Your room with a gentle scent, natural light filtering in, a clean, functional space, and above all, a sense that you are safe, at peace, as if the environment is finally working in your favor. This is more than decoration. It's environmental psychology. The brain reads spatial stimuli 24/7. The position of furniture, airflow, visible objects all send signals to your nervous system. If your room screams confusion, your body responds with tension. But if it whispers balance, your mind slows down. And when you slow down, things begin to flow. Amelia's story isn't unique. It's a real and powerful metaphor for something you can also experience. Changing your space transforms your sense of control. And the feeling of control triggers one of the deepest emotional drivers in humans: autonomy. When we feel like we have control over our environment, the brain activates circuits tied to motivation and well-being. In other words, you feel capable of acting, changing, achieving. Now I ask you, have you ever felt this? That silent stagnation that seems to come from the space around you. Comment below, "I've felt this too," or briefly share your experience. This not only helps you become aware, but also connects you with others going through the same phase. And if you've made it this far, it means something inside you recognizes this truth. Up next, you'll discover the most common mistakes that may be sabotaging your bedroom's energy and how to fix them right now with simple adjustments. If your bedroom's energy isn't flowing, there's a good chance you're making one of these mistakes. The good news? Each one has an immediate solution and has already transformed the lives of those who applied it. Mistake 1. Bed directly aligned with the door. This is the most common and critical error. In Feng Shui, this is called the coffin position. Yes, exactly what you think. Energy enters through the door and hits the sleeper like a silent attack on rest. Solution: move your bed so you can see the door, but aren't directly in line with it. If that's not possible, use a screen, a plant, or even a chest at the foot of the bed to symbolically block that energy. Lucas, 42, suffered from chronic insomnia. After moving his bed, he slept through the night for the first time in months. The next day, without knowing why, he felt like cleaning the entire house. A simple repositioning triggered a new cycle of energy and mental clarity. Action. Now, pause this video and look at where your bed is. Facing the door? If yes, think of an alternative now, even symbolic, and comment. My bed is now in a protected position. Mistake 2. Clutter under the bed. Do you store boxes, suitcases, or old items under your bed? So does your unconscious. Everything beneath the bed influences the energy flow during sleep. It's like sleeping on your own baggage. Solution: completely clear that space. If you need to store something, keep it lightweight and rest-related, like bedding. No old papers, bills, or broken items. Marta, 58, had boxes of old legal documents under her bed. After clearing them out, she said she felt her body much lighter, and her back pain disappeared in days. Coincidence? Or the body responding to a less oppressive environment? Action now. Check under your bed today. If anything brings bad memories or emotional weight, remove it and comment. My rest is now clean and light. Mistake 3. Mirrors reflecting the bed. Looks nice, but can be a silent villain. In Feng Shui, mirrors reflecting the bed can cause mental agitation, insomnia, and even relationship interference, creating a double presence in the room. Solution: if a mirror reflects your bed, cover it at night or move it. A simple curtain or screen can neutralize the effect. Rodrigo, 29, started covering his closet mirror at night. After a week, he reported more focus at work and fewer arguments with his girlfriend. Small adjustments, big effects. Action now. Check if any mirror reflects your bed. If yes, take a simple step now and comment. The reflection of my rest is only mine. You're starting to notice how seemingly trivial details can directly impact your vital energy. The bedroom is the only space where you're vulnerable, unconscious, and receptive. That's why everything in it speaks to your body in ways your conscious mind doesn't always perceive. In the next section, we go further. You'll learn powerful and practical techniques to amplify the positive effects of these changes. Symbolism, affirmations, natural elements, everything is designed for you to create a bedroom that not only welcomes you, but transforms you. Now that you've corrected the main blocks, it's time to go further. Turn your bedroom into a true energetic field of regeneration and prosperity. Next, you'll discover simple yet deeply powerful techniques based on symbols, visualizations, and mental reinforcement. The goal? To make your space actively work for you, day and night. 1. Activation with abundant symbols. Our brain is highly symbolic. It interprets shapes, colors, and objects as constant messages, and the bedroom is the best place to activate these positive stimuli because that's when we're most receptive. What to do? Place an object next to your bed that represents abundance for you. It can be a citron stone associated with prosperity, a picture of lush nature, a golden coin, or even a jar filled with notes and phrases like, "Money flows effortlessly to me." Important. This object should be visually pleasing, clean, and positioned so you see it before sleep and upon waking. Seeing a positive symbol when your brain is in slower wave states, alpha and theta, like before sleep or upon waking, amplifies the internalization of those messages. In other words, you start the day anchored in abundance and end it with reinforced security. 2. Powerful, space-anchored affirmations. Have you ever thought of your bedroom as a mental programming space? Use visual affirmations to reprogram your relationship with rest, worthiness, and prosperity. How to do it? Write 1 or 2 short sentences on nice paper or print them in attractive typography. Examples: I deserve to prosper while I rest. As I sleep, my life aligns with ease. My room is my temple of healing and abundance. Place these affirmations in strategic spots, inside your nightstand drawer, behind your closet door, or on the wall opposite your bed. Having them in unexpected places creates the positive emotional noise effect. These little surprises break the mental autopilot and reinforce a new belief. 3. Energetic cleansing with movement. Before bed, your body needs to feel the day is ending, and your space should support that. The air ritual is simple but powerful. How to do it? Open the windows for 5 minutes before sleeping. Sweep your hands through the air as if brushing away the day's tensions. Mentally say, "May today's energy go away. My body is safe." Mist the air with water mixed with lavender or rosemary essential oil, scents known to calm and cleanse. Studies show that closing rituals trigger dopamine and serotonin release, substances linked to relief and well-being. Creating this habit daily prepares your body for deeper, more restorative rest. 4. Natural elements as invisible codes. Nature conveys balance. Having natural elements in your bedroom is like a constant reminder that you belong to a greater flow. What to include? A small plant, like snake plant or peace lily. This list continues to build a space that supports regeneration, grounding, and abundance, keeping your bedroom aligned with your deeper desires. A clear quartz crystal. A natural wood object. These items, when well cared for, emit a subtle vibration that positively influences the emotional field. of the home. Caring for a living element like a plant reinforces psychologically the notion of self-care, one of the foundations for deserving abundance. These techniques are quiet yet powerful. They don't require large investments, only intention and presence. The bedroom, once merely a place to rest, becomes a magnetic field aligned with your deepest desires. In the next section, you'll discover what's happening with hundreds of people who've applied these changes and why you should start today. You might be wondering, but do these changes really work? Is it just a placebo effect or an exaggeration? The answer lies in the hundreds of messages, testimonies, and real transformations from ordinary people who decided to try them and reaped the rewards. Mariana, 34, store manager. I repositioned the bed and removed every object from underneath it. Over the next 3 days, I slept deeply for the first time in years. But the craziest part was that during the same week, my boss asked to talk and offered me a raise I didn't even expect. Coincidence? Maybe. But it came after years in the same position, feeling stuck. You can't ignore that. Edson, 46, divorced. My bedroom felt like a storage room. I hit rock bottom emotionally. When I saw this content, I felt ridiculous at first, but I tried. I removed everything tied to the past, moved the mirror, and placed a plant. In 2 weeks, my energy shifted so much that even my kids noticed. Now my home is my ally, not my prison. Livia, 29, student. I performed the air ritual and put affirmations on the wall. It seemed silly, but every time I read, I deserve to prosper while I rest, I felt a different strength. Now, I feel more confident and less anxious. Life started moving again. These stories aren't exceptions. They show how symbolic changes spark emotional and practical reactions in our everyday lives. And if you're watching up to this point, you've probably felt that your bedroom is also trying to tell you something. The point is, don't wait for the crisis to hit harder. The longer you live with environments that drain your energy, the more you normalize stagnation. And that's dangerous because the mind adapts to discomfort until it believes it's normal. The truth is that transformation doesn't need to be hard. You don't need to wait for money, renovations, an architect, or anyone's approval. Everything you need is already in your hands. Intention, action, awareness. Hundreds of people have started. And you could be the next to experience this silent, powerful change. Start today. Now, while motivation is alive, don't delay what could open doors you can't even imagine yet. Comment here. I begin today the transformation of my space. This phrase, beyond symbolic, is a commitment. It's the first brick in the new version of your home and yourself. In the final section, you'll understand what's really at stake when we talk about environment, energy, and prosperity, and how to keep this transformation alive in the long term. Transforming your bedroom is a powerful step, but maintaining this energy ensures lasting results. Energy isn't static. It moves, accumulates, becomes stale, and renews. That's why creating a small weekly ritual is essential to preserve and strengthen everything you've built so far. And we're not talking about ordinary cleaning. We're talking about a moment of connection with your space and with yourself. 1. Conscious cleaning. Choose a day of the week, maybe Sunday or Monday, whatever feels right for you. Dedicate 20 minutes to physically clean the bedroom, but with a clear intention. Renew the energy. While dusting, making the bed, or sweeping, think, I'm making space for the new. I'm cleaning not just the room, but everything that holds me back. The brain links physical movement to mental processes. By cleaning with intention, you send a message of action and control to your mind, activating focus, lightness, and clarity. 2. Swap visual elements. Each week, change a small symbolic detail in your bedroom, a new phrase on the wall, a different placement for an object, a new color on the bedspread or cushion. This small change signals to your brain that you're evolving. A small change signals to the brain that you are evolving. Stagnation starts when your gaze grows accustomed. Renewal begins when your gaze is surprised. Choose a day to place a new affirmation or symbol in your bedroom. Read it aloud at least once. This ritual repetition reinforces new neural connections and beliefs. 3. Scents that anchor emotions. Scents have direct access to the limbic system, the part of the brain responsible for emotions and memories. Having a consistent scent that represents security and abundance creates a powerful emotional anchor. Use essential oils, light incense, or natural sprays with lavender, rosemary, sage, or cinnamon. Use them intentionally, marking the space as sacred. Whenever your brain senses this scent, it will trigger the emotion you've associated: peace, strength, clarity. 4. Clearing stale energy. Once a week, stop for 2 minutes, sit on your bed and look around. Feel, is anything weighing on you? Any object that no longer represents who you are? Anything that brings bad memories, obligations, or discomfort? If so, remove it now. Don't think twice. This is the space where you rebuild. Nothing there should remind you of debts, failures, or fears. Only power. The bedroom is a living energy field. It doesn't need daily grand rituals, just small conscious weekly gestures. By repeating these acts with intention, you transform your home into a silent and active ally. The secret isn't doing everything at once. It's keeping the momentum. Comment here. Every week, I renew my energy and my space. This is more than a phrase. It's a commitment to your new frequency. Now pause for a moment, take a deep breath, and look around. That room that holds you every night, where you dream, cry, rebuild, can be much more than a physical space. It can be your first ally in building a new reality. No matter where you are now or how your surroundings look, through small choices, you have the power to transform everything. What you've experienced so far isn't just about organization or decor. It's about the invisible psychology that shapes your behavior, your emotions, even your relationship with money, love, and worthiness. Your bedroom is the most intimate reflection of your inner life, and at the same time, it's the foundation where everything begins to change. Recap of this video. you discovered how the position of your bed directly influences your vitality and prosperity. You understood how subtle mistakes silently sabotage your rest and daily energy. You heard real transformation stories from simple adjustments. You learned practical techniques to activate abundance symbols, powerful affirmations, and energy rituals. And now you know how to keep this flow alive and consistent with small weekly gestures. This isn't magic. It's emotional science applied to space. Imagine waking up in a bedroom where everything is aligned with your desires. Imagine feeling peace when you open your eyes, renewed energy, clear ideas, easier decisions. Imagine week after week your space pushing you to move forward. Imagine looking back in 6 months and realizing it all began with a simple change in your bed's position. It seems small, but it's not. People who change their spaces change their minds. And people who change their minds change their choices. And it's the daily choices that build a new life. So now, I want you to comment below. I choose to create a space that sustains me, welcomes me, and propels me. This phrase seals your commitment to yourself. It's the start of the turnaround. If this video touched you in some way, like it, subscribe, and share it with someone who also needs to reconnect with their energy. It's not just engagement. It's an act of internal reinforcement. You commit more when you share. You commit more when you teach what you've learned. And more than that, come back. Rewatch this content whenever you feel the energy has stopped. Leave your comment with the transformations that arise. I read everyone, because this channel isn't just about Feng Shui. It's about creating environments that sustain who you are becoming. Your bed is not just a piece of furniture, it's a portal. And now it's open.